Has anyone ever said something to you? Like, for example, you're in a situation where you were interested in buying something, and then all of a sudden, someone said something to you, and it literally tipped you over the edge, and you're like, okay, you know what? I'm going to get it now. It's like they kind of hypnotized you with a single question or a phrase. And that comes down to one of the principles of persuasion. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode. My name is Muneer, and this is another episode of Charming Confident Communication. In this series, I help you to understand unconscious communication and persuasion. And in this series, I help you to confidently connect, converse, communicate, or convert, whether it's online or offline, even if you are one of the shyest wallflowers. And today we're talking about one of the principles of persuasion from my best-selling book, Power Persuasion. And we are talking about the first principle in the FOMO framework, which is called fear of loss. Now, the principles of persuasion, just as a quick recap, serve as the reasons why any of us do anything at an unconscious level. The triggers that we have that allow us to do anything. Now, before I carry on, if you are tuning in live, please say hello, say hi, because this is a series that we do live near daily with little to no preparation. So come on, say hello. It'd be great to see you on. All right, cool. Now, let me just see. Anyone live? Am I live? I think so. All right, cool. Let's crack on. So, number one, we're talking about fear of loss. What is fear of loss? Now, perhaps you've heard of the phrase FOMO, which is fear of missing out, which is very, very similar. It's one of the, basically comes down to fear of loss. It is an unconscious response that we all have, now allow me to tell you a very quick story about when I was growing up. We used to go down to the souk in Oman. My mom used to take me down to the souk, and I learned a lot of my persuasion principles from watching my mom go and negotiate in the souk. So what would happen is we would go and walk into one of the shops in the souk, and my mom would walk up to the shopkeeper and say, "Hi, okay, cool. Hey, how much is this? How much is that?" And the guy would say, "Oh, this is whatever, 10 riyals." And my mom would, like Oscar-winning performance, she'd be like, "Hold on, what? The shop down there had it for 7 riyals. What? Oh my God! You know what? I'm gonna go." And she starts to walk out the store. Now, you see, like I said, I started learning this whole principles of negotiation from my mom. I also learned very early on never to correct my mom and say, "But we didn't go to any shop." You boom, dead. Like you don't survive that that talk. That's sort of like you correct your mom, and what happens is the angel of death comes to see you. So yeah, no, don't correct my mom in public, please. Anyhow, so what happened is my mom says, I'm going back to the next store. She installs a bit of a fear of loss. The guy, the shopkeeper, then becomes afraid to lose out on the sale. And so he will return with something else. Now, these guys also, bear in mind, so many people come and negotiate with them on a daily basis. So they are also good negotiators. And they go, so the guy says, yes, that may be a different one, slightly different quality. However, this one is, etc. The only thing is, I've had a couple of people who have come to see it, and, there's only 2 left. And all of a sudden, he's installed another fear of loss back onto us. He's thrown the ball back into our court. And then, it kind of goes a little bit back and forth. And my mom's like, look, I you know what, someone's coming to pick me up in 10 minutes. If I don't get this in the next couple of minutes at the right price, I'm gonna have to go. She's installed another bit of fear of loss. So it's like a little game back and forth, like boom, boom, you know, etc., etc. So this kind of hopefully gives you a little bit of an example of how this principle of persuasion is put into action. So so the fear of loss is ultimately a little bit like FOMO. There's 3 parts to it, right? The first part is a sense of urgency. So if you've ever seen a timer on a website, like, or when a sale happens, or if you go to Amazon.com and then you know, there's a timer on this deal, or today only. These are sense of urgency. This is sort of like a take action now before you lose out. When my mom says, I've only got like 10 minutes, someone's picking me up, that's a sense of urgency. When this offer is available today only, that's a sense of urgency. Getting people to act, like, people tend to act when there's a bit more of a sense of urgency. Hey Rick, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. All right, so that's the first one. The second one is scarcity. So when the shopkeeper says to my mom, you know what, there are only 2 left, or this is last piece. Or if you go onto, for example, booking.com, right? You're checking hotels, etc., and they go only 2 rooms left, or only 2 seats available at this price. Those are all examples of scarcity, as in there's not many. When you see, for example, PlayStation or iPhone, when they do a launch, they only have a limited number, and that's why because they do that on purpose, because they want to keep in people's minds that it is scarce at the beginning. For you to be one of the first people, there are only a limited number, and that's why people queue for ages. So that's number 2, which is scarcity. And the third one is the opportunity or competition. So for example, if you are trying to get a job, right? You want it really badly because you are competing against other people. You have a fear of losing out on the opportunity. If someone else could get it, like in the case where someone came to the shop and, you know, the shopkeeper says, you know what, there's also someone else that really wants it, etc. Then it's sort of like a competition, or you might lose out on that opportunity. So those are the 3 elements of fear of loss. So we've talked about the sense of urgency, we've talked about having scarcity, and we've talked about the opportunity and competing. So let me just see. Quick shout out, Kunain. Thanks for tuning in, brother. Really appreciate you coming on. And let's see who else is over there. Rick, Kunain, Mahesh. Great to see you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, so those are my 3 components of the fear of loss, which is one of the principles of persuasion. Hope you guys found this useful, and remember, literally the principles of persuasion will allow you to unconsciously persuade people, and literally just a single phrase can tip someone over the edge. And that's what the principles of persuasion will allow you to do. Once you understand them very well, it'll be like you are the ultimate hypnotist. So thank you guys for tuning in. One love, peace out, and I will catch you on another video very soon. Peace out. Oh, and in case you have not, before I go, let me just tell you, in case you haven't, please subscribe onto my channel, and I will subscribe onto my channel and for more tips on unconscious persuasion. Thank you guys very much. One love, peace out. I will see you all soon.